When I was 13, I thought that no one could love me for who I am because who I am is a monstrosity. And I neither have a nice physique nor a great personality, and I have nothing to offer. That was the first time I felt worthless. And when I was 15, I thought this hollowness would leave when I was no longer a teenager. And I thought that someone would love me if they just put enough effort into finding the real me. So I wore my heart on my sleeve, and I made myself believe that someone would fall for my broken part. As far as I know, I shared a lot about myself, and I let everyone know how I felt. I poured my soul into everything I did and said, and I kept on pouring and pouring until I was empty. I wore my heart on my sleeve so much that everyone knew to hurt me. And when I turned 20, I realized that I didn't want anyone to know the real me. And I couldn't help but hide behind laughter and stupid jokes, no one knowing the person with insecurities and words in her mind that just weighed her down. Everyone blind to the fact that I'm that girl that is just helpless and has nothing figured out with plain nausea in her stomach when she looks in the mirror. And doubt in her eyes when she sees the future. Bitterness running cold in the veins underneath her long sleeves and the scars on her thighs. I kept on pushing and pushing until everyone who really dared to care was nothing more than a shadow long gone. 'Cause I made myself believe that no one deserved to know the way I felt, and that nobody should see the way I cried myself to sleep every single night. And how all I really wanted was just to be someone else, and how I wished I was right when I was 13, when I thought that nobody would ever care, 'cause I don't want anyone to. And how I wish I was right when I was 15, when I made myself believe that everything would go away once I was just old enough. But when will I be old enough to have myself and the life that surrounds me figured out? I realized those aren't just the teenage years. This is plainly the rotten soul that haunts underneath the paper thin I call my skin, that from time to time faintly shows how I'm nothing but a broken, bitter mess. And even though this mess is my soul, I soon learned that I am fine with knowing that I am actually just empty and close to death, but yet not dead inside, because it is okay that I have crossing thoughts that just cause pain, and that the self-confidence I possess matches the hole in my heart and is still happily a part of me. But no one else should know that. So I thought about how when I was 13, I was selfish and just wanted someone to love me so I could love myself. Because I was a stupid little girl who believed in society's words that you are worth something once you're loved, not even giving this sick, twisted logic a second thought. And I also thought about how when I was 15, I learned to love myself, that I was worth a million even without having a matching soul. But when I was that young, I was still hoping at night that I would find one person who'd eventually make me whole. And though I really did conceive that the obscurity in my mind had left, and I had realized I was everything, beautiful and different, I still hadn't figured out what I finally know now. So when I was 20, I started to hope that no one would ever really love me, because I knew I would never offer that feeling in return, as I knew that I would never let anyone in. And the sad thing is, I didn't mind. I didn't want to let anyone in. I just wish that someday someone can look at me and see those broken parts of beauty without getting shattered by the coldness in my veins that doesn't want to let anyone in. But I know that I won't learn anytime soon to not push people away, because as hard as I try, I can't love anyone but myself. And the majority of the day, I'm not even capable of doing that. And until then, I don't want anyone to fall down this rabbit hole with me. And I guess that means I kinda just want to be lonely.